Hey guys. So I'm going along this week, right? I've been up here in fucking Massachusetts for about a week. So the trip's like half done. It's a 2-week trip. And I have to tell you, fuck, this first week has definitely presented with a few, well, surprises. To say the unexpected has happened, I think is a fucking understatement. Sometimes you just don't know what's what until you do. Like, it's always a normal day until it isn't. Sometimes it's a small isn't, yeah? Just a bit of a difference from the quote-unquote norm, yeah? And sometimes it's a big isn't. A life-changing isn't. And some of those feel so good, you can't believe this is happening. And some feel so awful that, you can't believe this is fucking happening, right? And honestly, I feel like it's in these isn'ts that we truly become what we're meant to in our lives. If we can navigate ourselves for what's our best good. I wonder why they call it best good and not best. Fuck it. I want my best. My best relationship, my best career, my best friends, my best outfit, my best fucking haircut. I want all the besties with me. The whole fucking crew. And I think I'm pretty safe to say I'm not alone in this. Isn't that why we as a society are so easily enamored with the rich and the famous? Right? It's not necessarily for who they are. Actually, usually not at all for who they are. It's usually for the character they play. The character that they bring to life that we resonate with. The character that someone else created. No. It's more for the lifestyle, right, that they show us. That's why we get so enamored, because we all want that fucking life, right? In some sense, you know. And of course it's all fucking done on purpose. It's all meant to make us feel like, oh, if we only had that car, or that home, or that fucking dress, then we too would be our best, yeah? I don't know. But truth is, everyone fucking cuts corners. Even if they look like they don't. I feel like everybody does. So, I guess the problem we hit with the allure of living that so-called best celebrity life is that most of what we see is just the illusion of what they want us to think is their life. I mean, let's look at it this way. If so many Richie Riches are so damn happy, then why do all the scandals come out? I know they have means beyond mine, okay? I'm not deluded to that fucking fact. I get it. But when I'm happy first with myself, then naturally I'm happy with my job choice. And naturally I'm happy with the partner I choose to share my life with. Makes sense? I guess what I'm saying is when I know I am truly happy because I feel it from my own fucking sense of self, right? Then there could never be a scandal. Nothing real can be threatened. So, I guess it's important to remember that when we see what they want us to see, that we always have the choice to believe however we want. Like for me, I don't know. One of my most beautiful and freeing things, okay, that I've learned for myself is that even if I'm in a situation, okay, that seems impossible to resolve, right? Like I can't find a way around it. If I allow the universe to step in and guide the situation, it's just better. And a lot less stressful. Fuck. I don't know. It's like a combo between me and the universe. And the universe shows me signs and synchronicities, right? Which I observe and take into my awareness. And then I either act when I'm shown to act or stay silent when I'm shown to stay silent. I don't know. I just try to listen to that power greater than myself. I don't always get it right. Not right away. I don't. But I can tell you that I trust now more than I ever have before. And I feel like because I do, I just know that somehow, some way, it's all working out. It's all working out. I don't know. I think that is one of the truest ways for me, okay, to know that I've grown. It is. And for fuck's sake, I'm so damn proud of myself. I give myself a good old on the back. Pat. And you should too. You should, because if your ass is listening to me, first, thank you. And second, you know you're working on your best self and your best life too, right? So yay for fucking you. I don't know. It's just a comfort, I guess, to know that it's all going to be okay. I mean, it's like day follows night again and again without fail, right? If I look back on my life, even before I learned, the law of attraction, or before I began honoring my heart over my head, I can see that any struggles or issues that made me feel, darkness, also, they'll eventually break away into light, just like the sun rises every day, right? It's just having faith and hope. And it's not foolish to have hope when everything appears to be dark around us, you guys. I don't fucking think so, at least. To me, I think it's actually pretty fucking smart. What is the point? What is the fucking purpose, okay, of complaining about the darkness? The darkest of dark nights. If every day we're shown the sun again without fail. If the sun can rise over the darkness, then my soul, my inner sun, can rise too. Right? And I know that sounds cheesy as fuck. Oh well. Whatever. I'm saying what keeps working for me is being okay with living with a mindset of as the universe, so the soul. And for me, that belief has been a huge game changer. And if you know me at all, you know I love a good game. And I really like winning. Hey, a competition, in the right context, of course, can be fun. I don't know, think what you want, but I stand by my fucking statement. Little competition never hurt anybody. Seriously, though, I've never felt better about whatever is going on with me because of embracing this mindset. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I stick to it and I keep sticking to it. And guys, my life is not easy. It's any sense of the word isn't easy, I promise you. From many aspects, honestly, many perspectives, it would look pretty fucking difficult. But I don't know. Don't we all face different difficulties throughout our lives? And again, the sun continues to rise after each one? I don't know. I guess I like to look at it more as me having those difficulties was part of my quote-unquote game. My game to win. Win over those, right? All those fucking karmas, yeah? Lessons learned. Sometimes takes me a fucking while. It does. But fuck. The lesson got learned nonetheless. I do. I choose to learn. I choose to learn and keep going no matter how hard or long it fucking takes me. Because I just can't see the point in dwelling on what didn't work or why. Because constantly thinking about that gets me nowhere. If I really want to make something happen, I know I have to focus on it happening. Or, better yet, how it's already happened. Not how it didn't happen yet, right? You know, I've talked about synchronicities before, right? How things just align and you're just sitting there like, well, damn. So I work with numerology a lot. It's just something that I connected with. I mean, numbers are the universal language after all, right? So I guess that's why it makes sense to me. And again, just my way, right? Every one of us finds our own. But you guys, as I'm writing this fucking episode, I keep saying number 656. Yeah? And so I decide to see what it means. And look, let me just clarify for you. It's not like I'm running around every time I see a fucking number. It's not like my life is fucking Sesame Street, okay? Today is brought to you by numbers 411, 676, and 282. Fuck. Sorry. It's not me and Elmo trying to make a connection. No. It would be fucking exhausting, right? It's just when I truly feel there's a message there, right? Like it resonates with me, like something I need to know. It just clicks. I guess I feel like my intuition is clear that I need to check into it. That's what I'm getting at. So I do, okay? And when I look up 656, it links in directly with how I feel around trusting that no matter what I might be in right now, no matter what, light is always going to be following the dark. Like I said, right? All right, listen. 656 says, in the past, you have made sacrifices with regard to your well-being. Now, you are being encouraged to know that you no longer have to do this. It's time to live a more love-based story. Dudes, I know you can't see me, okay? But I'm like beaming over here. Smile so big, I'm cheesing like the best of them, I promise you. Because guess whose ass is so fucking ready for a life like that, huh? See, the sinking between what at first I could have just brushed off, but I didn't, and I took it, to mean something, and it comes as I'm writing about the same thing. It's just, like I say all the time, you gotta trust what your intuition is telling you. I don't know. I just love how it all clicks into place. The thing about how we choose to look at our own lives and then live our lives, for me anyway, boils down to a basic fact. We can follow our hearts and step into our dream lives. Be who we want to be and do what we want to do. And as we're doing this too, you guys, we have to do so knowing that it's not always going to be a clean, easy path, right? Like, it's going to have those moments where we think we just can't do something so big. We're not as good as others, or what the fuck ever else lies we convince ourselves of. Except, once you begin trusting that the light will come, you realize that nothing Nothing is ever bigger than you. Nothing. So of course you can go big. Live your dream, or try to start. Isn't that better than repeating nightmares? I think so. I don't know. I guess for me, I like to look back on those times where I, quote unquote, sacrificed my well-being and like took on jobs that just paid the bills, or got into relationships for the wrong reasons. And, I don't know. When you choose to compromise the dream and go instead with what the world would call, quote unquote, safe, doing all those shoulds. Remember those shoulds I mentioned in an episode before? Doing all those shoulds and then it still ends up failing. Doesn't that fucking suck more than if you're trying to make your dreams come alive and you fail at those steps? I don't know. To me, it fucking does. It does. So I try not to fucking do that shit anymore. Plain and simple. I think if I have a desire in my soul and I honor it, it's not as big as a disappointment as it would have been, right? To fail. Because what I'm doing still speaks to me. And I know that I really want it. If I settle for anything else, though, and it still fails, then that makes me feel like nothing can go right, and I didn't even really want this in the beginning, and da-da-da-da-da, and I go down that fucking spiral, right? I don't do that anymore. I don't like doing that. I don't know. I guess I really just finally got fed up with feeling broken when the shit fell through. I think it was Jim Carrey who talked about this too, and he said, if you can fail at what you don't love, you might as well do what you do love, because even if you fail, at least you're enjoying the process because you love it. It's not a fucking direct quote, but I'm pretty sure you feel me. So yeah, now I just live and learn. Now I follow my dreams, my heart, and then my head. It's just, I don't know. I guess for me, it's just about who you are. I don't want to get back into the habit of existing to exist like I used to. I felt so separated from myself that way. Separated from my soul. So I decided that if my soul was going to go left, I was not going to keep trying to go right. I was going to realign with the path my soul was on and see what that one looked like instead, right? Because the way I had been going didn't feel so good, so what the fuck did I have to lose? I can honestly say to you all today that in any circumstance that I happen to find myself in, even if I'm not sure what the fuck is the point, right? Or why it had to be that way, I like to approach it from a sense of me trying to understand it instead of being pissed off by what I can't understand yet. I think if we are going to understand life in its ways as best we can, then we have to realize that understanding doesn't always mean you get the full picture every fucking time. Sometimes you understand a little bit and have to feel good with that. And when you do, down the line, more understanding comes until finally, at some point, the whole picture is able to be taken into view. For example, I have seriously been considering moving my ass back up here to New England, the area, for a while now. And truthfully, I go back and forth. I do, because it's a big decision, and it's one for the first time in my life that I'll be totally alone in making. And friggin' two, because I keep coming, and it's cold as fuck. And I'm like, what's here for me again? What am I thinking? Shit. But it's a guidance. I don't, something is pulling on my energy here, and I am just choosing to explore it and experience every bit of whatever comes from it. Even when I don't quite understand it all yet, yeah? You see what I mean? Of course, nothing is set, right? Nothing is set until it's done. And considering a thought, to me, does not mean it's a definite. And I know that. And I know I can change, my course at any time. But, fuck. I need to explore why this area keeps coming up in the past, I don't know, fucking year or so, yeah? I'm just trying to understand that piece of my own bigger picture. And I would say when things present in your life, obviously you have different scenarios than I do because we're all fucking different, but there's nothing wrong with exploring and then seeing what's what and going from there, right? So, this time around, my aunt is here with me. She has been trying to get back here permanently for some time, but she has a seasonal spot on Cape Cod. So she had been discussing with me about maybe coming up here and staying there to take care of it while she's down in Georgia working still. She's like a nurse down there. So it's been a topic for a few, and this trip is my first time getting a look at what's what. Oh. Oh, you guys. But, the universe can be fickle sometimes, and you don't know why. The universe just does things, and we don't always understand them at first, do we? So, we get here, and we get to her place, and the place had a leak while it was closed off for the winter and sealed up. And guess what the fuck happens when moisture has free reign in a sealed space? Yup. Fucking mold. And it's pretty bad, too. I mean, a fucking carpet had damn mushrooms going out of it, just so you can get the scope of what the fuck I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, so black mold inside, so obviously we can't stay there. And it was not what we expected or wanted, but it is what happened. And remember, now we pivot, right? From here, we can go many, many different ways to get back to where we want to be. It is a fucking detour, yeah? And we don't know why. We don't know why we got slapped with this detour, but there's a reason. And fuck, guys, I'm just saying, okay? Because it took me a good minute myself to realize this shit, okay? We are not always going to want to accept or actually like that fucking reason. We won't. But it does have a purpose, and I've learned that I usually make out better if I am open to seeing whatever that purpose is, instead of attaching to how I feel it should turn out. Right? So I just let the cards fall. Yeah? But here's the thing. So originally, she was coming up here solo. We decided right before that I would be joining her, right? I talked about it in the last episode, how it just kind of fell into my lap. But point is, I was meant to be here to help her deal with this, because honestly, guys, just put yourself in that place. You're all excited to get your summer home opened, and you have 2 weeks to be there, and then this. Don't lie. It would feel better to not be handling it all by yourself. Fuck that stress, right? Besides, this is what I do. This is how I am supposed to be spending the rest of my life. I help others deal with the shit in life and help people look at it from all different angles. Check for opportunities opening instead of ones that closed. I mean, it is the whole reason you're listening to this damn podcast, yeah? So, we get to choose. We all get to choose where we put our focus. You can find a million ways to solve any situation, right? So why focus on what sucks? But that's what trips us up. That's where we get fucked over and over again, is we start attaching to a feeling of being in the feeling of how we're feeling around that situation. And we get tunnel vision for that version, that way of feeling. And we miss other ways that we can still have the same feeling outcome. I think that makes sense. Fuck. There's a lot of feelings. Oh, shit. I just feel better, personally, when I can not look at the thoughts of those emotions. Like, I'm not thinking of this will make me happy, or this will make me sad, or this is good, or this is bad. I just let what it is be what it is. Think, or better yet, feel those emotions when I'm in it. Instead of before I'm even there, trying to play out all the scenarios, trying to get ahead of it. Holy shit, you guys. I did. I used to drive myself crazy doing that. I feel so much better when I can release from it. And it can flow freely however it will. This fucking roll with it and shrug is basically what I'm fucking saying. So that's what we're doing now. And living this situation step at a time, moment to moment. We still got a week to go. You never know what's going to happen. And I'll tell you, it's not been boring. And we make our way through this situation, not bitching about what we cannot control. Just do whatever we can while we can and enjoy what we can, instead of being miserable because it didn't go as expected. I don't know. To me, I've come to the point where no matter what is going on around me, all that matters is how I choose to view it from within me. And I've gotten so fucking good, thank you very much, at calm. Calmness is like a superhuman ability. It really is a superpower. And we can all do it, but damn, it does take some practice. Because thing is when we can keep calm about anything and everything we face, when we don't overreact or get our, all our panties bunched the fuck up our own asses, that's when we see that even though we're facing some pretty tough shit, both our heart and our mind, if we can stay calm, are just able to feel, fucking peaceful. So yeah, and that's it. That's that. And in case you're wondering, we got it mostly handled. And now we're just able to chill and enjoy the rest of our trip. So detaching. 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up. Yeah. And it just so happens that the weather also decided to get warmer. So now I'm just going to sit back and see what's next and fucking roll with it. I guess when any of this shit happens, all we can do is hold it all up to the light and learn to see how beautiful it is. Especially when we can look at those dark times and see they actually wove a nice pattern into the picture of the lives we're living. But to view it correctly, we gotta learn to back up and see that bigger picture. Okay, my friends, that's all for now. I'll talk to you all later. Bye.